Hi everybody, my name's Amelia, and I am not a genius, I'm not a guru, but I do have a little experience with substance abuse disorder. Maybe you'll find helpful. My purpose is to help people prepare for the journey of a lifetime by realizing that life is really just a series of adventures, one little adventure after another. I also have a special place in my heart for those who are struggling with addiction, those who are addicted themselves, and those who are struggling with addicts in and out of recovery. I think a lot of great things can happen in rooms of recovery, in churches, in meeting rooms, in support groups, but those places won't do much good for the people who aren't going in. I know, because I used to be one of them people. It just seemed to me that the people who need the help the most are those who would never step into church for fear to burst into flames. The same people who would fight you on the streets for 20 bucks are the same folks who are scared to death of seeking help. And I always wondered if there was something someone could do about that. So here I am, the imperfect, highly improbable, simply lacking in most of the skills necessary to do this. Here I am giving it a try. So please bear with me. I do got a website. You can find me on the web, createyournicedate.com, and on there you have a taste of my collage work and a further explanation of why I do what it is I'm doing. I'm currently working on an expansion of my website. And while I'm plugging stuff, let me just mention that I also do a couple other podcasts during the weeks. Monday is a podcast on substance abuse, but I'm also going to be again a podcast on Wednesdays about finding a job with a past. It's called Looking for a Job Now with Past Business. And there's so much stuff to do when you are starting over with nothing. It can really seem overwhelming. Wouldn't it be nice if there was help? So I'm coming out of retirement, and I'm going to look for a job. Let's see how long it takes me. Let's see how I'm treated. Let's find out together who the helpers are. Last but not least is the Friday podcast. The ones Think About It. That's the one I started with. This show's mainly on life skills, early recovery skills, and hopefully a doorway into prayer meditation. There's a lot of wordplay on that, and that's actually the podcast that takes me the most time to prepare for. It's the one that makes me think. Now, for those of you who have been watching, you know that my videos have not been as regular as I'd like. But rather than give you a list of reasons or excuses, let me just give you a list of things I'm planning on doing about it. So that in the coming new year, my shows will run much more to schedule. Part of it I can't take credit for. YouTube has changed their uploading procedure, and that is great news for someone like me. I can now record on Monday and schedule it to go on Wednesday. Maybe they had that feature before, but now they've made it idiot-proof. And I know I need to get ahead of myself. I need to be recording a week or two out. Because let's face it, life happens. And for codependents, it happens more frequently. I mean, your crisis is my crisis. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be working on a couple of special holiday shows. I don't know if I'll end up getting ahead, but at least I'm going to have a fighting chance. Okay, so now that all my plugging is done, and you have been notified of my strategic plan, what do you think we should be talking about today? Holiday parties? Festive dinners? Warm? Family gatherings? How about when Dad knocks over the Christmas tree? How about your brother gets arrested New Year's Eve? What if your boyfriend comes home from the office Christmas party and knocks you out cold? What about if you blow all your Christmas money that you had on Coke or in a bar or with a good-looking man with no forwarding address? Can we talk about the real holiday hangover? Can we talk about the ruined holidays, the destroyed Christmases, the New Year's Day that starts off with even more regrets? Can we have the courage to talk about those? Now call me a Debbie Downer, but guess what? For the people that that's actually happening to, it's a gift to hear that it happens to other people too. And it's not just me. There's a lot of people who are also feeling alone or feeling stressed out this holiday season. So, what's there to talk about? And the shell gets harder. It happened, it happens, and then you keep it moving. Okay, well, briefly, just for a moment, I want to talk about what happens, how it happens, and to honestly keep it moving. What happens to a lot of families is they have to deal with someone they love who is suffering with substance abuse disorder. This means that there is never going to be a picture perfectality ever. They will either get harder or they will become blessed. And those are the only two options. Now, we don't know for sure what causes substance abuse disorder. Some people think it's genetic. But more in question is, how do the breakouts occur? What causes those relapses? Internal stress? External stress? Having money? Not having money? You can't stop a breakout from occurring. No one can. And until the addict figures out for themselves, not even the addict can. All around recovery rooms, you're going to hear that you didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you can't cure it. So, honestly, how are you supposed to deal with it? Okay, just for me, I immediately go on the defensive. Because there is no talking to anyone who is under the influence of drugs or alcohol. So you need to separate yourself. You need to be able to get yourself and whoever else you're responsible for safe. That's the first thing. Next, decide for yourself how low you want to go. Because that's what it feels like. And it's a choice for yourself. How low do you want to go? Just for me, I refuse to engage with anyone who wants to see me upset. Because that's crazy, right? Playing with somebody who's just egging you on, that wants to fight, involving myself with that, is crazy. So if I can, I need to find a place where I can be alone. Because when I'm alone, I can create my own day. I can find peace. I can live in my own dignity. And I can find my dignity once I have just one moment to remember who I am and what I am. If you need to be able to leave. And if you feel like you can't leave, then you're not a guest. You're a hostage. And if you're a hostage, you need to spend this new year getting yourself free. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I wish you all a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. And if yours isn't filled with carolers or mistletoe, I'll be thinking of you. And I promise you right now, I'll be praying for you too. Thanks again and God bless. And if you don't believe in God, that's okay. Just ask Him to keep blessing you until you do. Merry Christmas, everybody. Good night.